And you gotta love you some Candace. I love how she articulates herself. She's well spoken, and she can handle debates. Today we're doing a review on her going in on a feminist, right? It's like a round table situation. I'm sure you've seen it before, but she's going in on all type of women who want that smoke with her. And I'm just here to be a fly on the wall and commentate, man. Let's get it.
We're talking about freedom. You just said that the reason why I feel happy is because I have more freedom. And I am saying that financial restraints and debt doesn't make people feel more free.
So let's eliminate the debt. Let's eliminate college debt. Maybe we should have free college here in the U.S. That sounds great. Great idea, Candace. I love that idea. All right. Okay. Love it.
Hi, my name is Candace Owens. I am a podcaster, a mother, a wife, and also the author of the upcoming book, Making the Sandwich. And today I am being surrounded by 20 feminists. My first claim is that the sexual revolution has devalued women and made them infinitely less happy.
All right, now before they get in on this, man, feminism have done a great job of confusing women into liking being used by men. You have to admit that this propaganda is so good. The CIA mind control is so good that it made women try to validate being used and abused by men that they say that they don't like, that they want to be away from or find independence from. Meanwhile, the sexual revolution has allowed men to access women's bodies easier, which put the women at a disadvantage as far as relationships. So it's like a woman being used and abused and saying, nah, I'm pimping. Like, you know, you land on your back, right? You know that these dudes are using you and abusing you. No, I kick these dudes to the curb. Man, like, you could cope all you want, but that's not dudes are just in the background laughing at you for what you've been doing. All right, you are now called the bopper or in the locker room. We making fun of you, right? You just like Meg Thee Stallion.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, I'm Samaya.
Samaya, nice to meet you. I'm Candace.
Nice to meet you too. So my question for you is, statistics show that 60% of women who are murdered by their intimate partners, murdered by someone that they are in close relations with. That's according to the UN from 2023.
Yeah.
So how is it that, women are so valued, quote unquote, in the home, and yet that's the place where they're at the most danger?
Okay, so I'm not sure what that has to do with the sexual revolution.
Right, the sexual revolution. The sexual revolution gave.
I'm happy to answer it. I'm just saying that, if you broaden that statistic, you are more likely in general just to be murdered by somebody you know. So, of course.
But men are much less likely to be murdered by, their
That's not
partners.
true.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm sure, because men are less likely to be murdered by women. Full stop.
Yeah,
exactly. So that statistic makes sense to me. I'm still not sure how this correlates to whether or not
the sexual revolution increased women's ability to leave the house, women's ability to control their own reproductive capabilities, women's ability to, control their own, capacity within the workforce.
First of all, let's give it up to the black women who just ate this shit up. They ate this shit up.
Dirty, rotten traitor.
They turned in the men and picked up welfare and destroyed our communities. And still, they gonna keep fighting too, right? They are unaliving our children at the highest rate, thanks to Margaret Sanger, their leader, their love, who actually hates them. But they sit here and fight for this shit. They are the biggest advocates for this. To me, black women are the first chicks with ding dongs because they're so masculine and want to be men so bad. They try to take in the masculine role, try to play look feminine, got the long nails, all that foolishness, but they ghetto in dude's face, very loud, more masculine. No, pseudo masculine because they can't be masculine, but they act more masculine, right? And like butch type with nails, right? You guys gave up during segregation, right? You guys gave up. You guys have turned your back on the black community while simultaneously saying you for black people. The nerve of you, man.
In regards to their own sexual capacity. So it is the very fact that the sexual revolution happened that made our access to the workplace much more, or just the public sphere in general, much more easy. So
we talking about Kamala Harris, like she laying on her back and getting to good places that she don't deserve to be in because she suck a good nut, right? Allegedly. Because I don't know what sexual revolution have to do with you getting places. All I hear is use and abuse.
Without the sexual revolution, women would be much more confined to the place where they're at the most danger. Isn't that true?
So you think that just so I'm trying to understand your argument here. You think that if we didn't have the sexual revolution, less women or more women would be murdered? Are you saying that women are
More women would be murdered, for sure.
Okay, I disagree with that. I still don't think it has anything to do with the claim that women are infinitely less happy because of the sexual revolution, which has devalued
I think
women.
you'd probably be less happy if you're being murdered.
Oh.
Anyone disagree?
You having two different arguments and you don't even notice it. That's what's funny. Like,
Okay. Okay. So what
You can try and
okay. Well, what I'm just saying is that there is definitely a correlation between personal relationships and domestic violence. And just to be clear, if we're talking about just like a monogamous relationships, the most violent relationships that are on the books are between lesbian partners. Yes, when people are intimate,
that's not a true
that is actually true.
No, the statistic you're talking about is people who have faced domestic violence. Lesbians, yes, are more likely to have faced domestic violence, but that's because they typically came from relationships with men.
so she basically blaming men again. They ran from men, so that's why they no. Ma'am, they beating each other up. That's what women are beating each other up. Like we still the reason. Like even if they are violent and they act like children to get their way.
And in which they're mistreated.
Lesbian relationships are the most violent relationships that we have on the books.
But we can move on.
They can fact check that claim. The point being is that it's not exactly a stunning statistic to say that when people are in relationships, period, whether those relationships are homosexual, whether they're married,
you're saying that the sexual revolution.
Let me finish. I've let you try to explain how this is correlated to happiness, and I don't think it does. I actually think you're having a different debate right now. But yes, absolutely, it makes perfect sense.
It's okay to be wrong,
more
man.
likely in general when you are in a relationship because people are driven by anger by people that they know, whether or not we're talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, girlfriend and girlfriend, husband and a wife, a husband and a husband, or a wife and a wife. Yes, of course, the instances of domestic violence are going to take place when you're inside of a home. But the sexual revolution, encouraging women to give up their goods for free, which is what I'm speaking about, and encouraging men not to marry these women or to have long-term relationships, what I am saying is a direct contributor to their unhappiness because women are giving up their goods for free, and women are now entering the workplace, and that does not actually make them happy.
Okay, pause. Sorry, you've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Don't get out of here, man.
Hello.
Hi there.
How are you? I'm Candace.
Nice to meet you. Julian, my pronouns are they, them. So yeah,
You know that shit funny.
your claim.
Weirdo.
It's very interesting to think of it when we just think about the gender binary. It's, how do we place value on human beings in general? And so when we think about, placing value, that comes from a place of power, right? So I think let's select like the Victorian era. You have this dominant group of people coming from white supremacy, deciding who gets to have a proper status in the world. And so that is already like taking human beings and devaluing them. And so what the sexual revolution did was to help people seek out empowerment, which increased value, no matter the gender. So when it comes,
Ma'am, do you understand that sexual revolution is basically you getting to F whoever you want, however you want, whenever you want, and not getting judged? How has that helped you as a woman? It did not help you. How about you stick on that? It's like, bro, y'all bringing up all type of stuff. You confusing me. You making me be like you. Fuck. Stop making me like you. I don't want to be like you. Stop confusing me.
when it comes to sexual revolution, let's look at one contribution is sex education. I'm actually an educator. I teach sociology and LGBTQ studies. And I have absolutely seen the positive outcome with the sexual revolution and sex education and seen people empower themselves. And with that comes safety when it comes to decreasing STIs, abuse, rape, sexual assault. Again, people get to empower themselves of all genders. And I know earlier you mentioned about violence amongst lesbians and
What is empowerment? You getting bent over on a couch and getting left there to eat frozen pizza by yourself? What is the empowerment? Like, you see, y'all play too much with words. Stop playing with words, man. We can read through that. Y'all done spent too much time playing too much, man. Now we can read through this. Come on, man. Y'all overcomplicating things that never was complicated. Stop doing that.
Sapphic community, which I do identify within. And let's just, again, if we can use queer theory and take a step back, all genders can be subjected to violence.
That was the point I was making. So I wasn't sure of how her claim was relating to what we were talking about, whether or not it makes people happy or unhappy. Relationships are obviously a ground where there can be violence. But just to ask you a question, I'm sorry, let me let you finish. You go first.
I guess I could just wrap it up by saying, like, if we all have access to like sex education through the incredible work of feminists through the sexual revolution, we are able to gain access to information and gain skills to create an equitable society, egalitarian, within our relationships, whether it be platonic or romantic. I'm so grateful for those feminists who have fought for us so we can gain those spaces and create a healthier society.
Okay, are you a believer in the government doing everything that it can to make people happy?
So when it comes, as someone that teaches in the public sector, I understand the concern when it comes to like, what is a teacher, what kind of information they're providing to the students. I do believe that as a teacher, I should be able to give that sort of information. Again, I teach college students.
No, when it comes to that, talk to your kid that you don't have because you can't have it with two women bouncing on each other, right? Why do you got to talk to people? If you gay, just be gay, bro. Just be gay. You ain't got to teach nobody about none of that. Stop thinking that you special. All right? If you gay, you like it, you like the same sex. So what? What they fucking do? We don't care. Nobody cares. It's like you forcing it on people. This is the problem we have with y'all. Stop forcing it on people. Stop trying to wiggle your way through the education system and validate your behavior. We don't give a fuck. Teach about A, B's, and C's. Teach the people how to read. There's several people going up to random people and having them read shit, and they can't even fucking read because guess what? They probably know how many genders there are. They probably know they probably don't know what a woman is, but they'll fight for the sexual revolution. Like, bro, at the end of the day, what matters is education, right? We already have a system built for that has worked throughout history. Why are you trying to come with your gay life and explain it to people as if they give a fuck? Leave people alone. I want people to leave you alone. I want you to leave other people alone. That's my whole premise of everything. Leave people the fuck alone. Whoever want to be around your bullshit, gonna be around it when it comes to your sexual preference. But stop messing with people. I don't get it. What's your problem? And then you say a person is homophobic and this and that. Y'all want to put slurs on people because they disagree with you. We don't care about your lifestyle. I might disagree with it, but I'm not going to stop you and try to bother you about what you're doing. I don't give a crap. But if you start trying to put it in schools and implement your lifestyle on my kids, that's a problem. Very, very much so. And you making your lifestyle a problem for me, right? Because I don't force my life on you. You can live in this world and be gay. We don't give a crap no more. This ain't the 18 whatever. We don't bug you. Leave us alone.
One of my claims is I believe that we should mandate sex education amongst college students. So yes, I do want the state, I would like the government to give us those resources so we can implement that curriculum.
Okay. You consider yourself a feminist, I'm assuming?
Queer feminist. There's variations, right?
What is a queer feminist as opposed to a feminist, just so I understand?
Well, so I heavily believe in queer theory. So, the gender binary that we understand, it comes from colonization. So someone who is mixed race, family from Mexico, we have the Moshe's of Mexico, which is an indigenous tribe. They believed in gender fluidity. And then you have European colonizers coming who...
Go there. Don't take that shit over here. We don't care.
Dismantle that. And now everything that we understand when it comes to gender is a Western lens. So from a queer...
So you don't even think women exist, I'm guessing.
I think everyone should be empowered to figure out their identity and explore the language that best describes themselves. So freedom, America, right? America, freedom. And I want to believe in that when it comes to identity. Everyone should have the freedom to decide how they want to identify as long as they're not caught.
So it ain't free unless you want it. It's the way you want it to be, right? We can't keep bending the knee to everybody. Everybody's starting a group and everybody want to bend the knee, want the government or people in society to bend the knee to that group as far as being black, white, liberal, gay. Everybody think they're specialer than this country, right? This country, stand alone. We are just Americans, brother, sister, whatever you think you are. We are Americans. Be yourself and that's it. Stop thinking that you're bigger than what we are as Americans. Stop. Your plight is bigger than everybody else. We all going through something. We all got joked on. We all whatever you going through in your life does not make you better than the next person. You like women. So fucking what? Okay. What makes you special? Are you a good person? Are you decent? Let's stop talking about your sexual preference. Let's talk about what type of human you are. Let's not talk about your skin color. What type of human are you? Y'all focus so much on the dumb stuff and y'all overcomplicate things that never used to be that complicated.
Causing harm, but that's where we get into the debate, what is harm?
So just, again, to be clear, to go back to this claim, we are debating female happiness. You are saying you do not identify as a female.
I identify with all gender expressions, so from masculinity to femininity. So
I'm just saying, are you just saying that as a part of queer theory, you're debating whether or not women are happier after the sexual revolution? I'm just trying to understand because it seems like you're debating queer theory as opposed to female.
I believe all genders benefit from the sexual revolution.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Get her up out of here, please. Whatever.
Hello.
I'm Zena.
Zena. Very much like your name.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Can we start with the beginning? Do you identify as a female?
I identify as a woman, yeah.
Okay. Right.
So let's start off. So I do want to get back to your premise. You're saying that women have been devalued, right, by the sexual revolution. This kind of presumes two things. One, that there has been a loss of worth, right, for women. So you're saying that women have, as human beings, lost worth. Women who, prior to their sexual revolution, were worth more than women today.
I would say that, yes, women have devalued themselves by becoming overtly
According
sexual. That's my claim. So also according to just, and let's not...
Society, because it used to be women and children off the boat because we believe women is going to carry on the next generation. But y'all are unaliving each children at a high rate. Y'all are not having children anymore. Y'all had chivalry because of the things that you produce, the value that you have as a woman, right? Because you carry on the next generation. Men know that. Right? That's why you have special privileges in this country. You don't go to war because you need to make more United States citizens. All right. You need to carry on the culture. We know this as American men. We know that you're no longer doing your job. Right. We used to be willing to buy you a home, take on your debt, right? Take care of you, work in the most heinous conditions to make sure we bring home the bacon to you and the kids. But now we don't want no marriage no more. Men just want the cookie. Forget all the small talk. I don't want to know about you. I don't care about your parents. Give me the cookie. And you giving it out. So why would I work for it? I see him get it, right? But y'all trying to reverse it, right? By the time you stop this feminist stuff, you turn 30, 35. You probably got a baby daddy already. You probably been bust open and dumped open. You know what I'm saying? And now you coming in saying, hey, I'm a new woman. I went to church. Maybe this feminist stuff is lies. And that's what they want because men don't want that anymore. We're signing up for things that doesn't make any sense. It definitely devalues you. Now your children are crying because of what their mother has done, right? You are devaluing, you are putting your children through things because of your crazy past. Yes, indeed, you are devaluing yourself.
This from the other part of the claim, which it has made women infinitely less happy.
Right. So you're saying that according to you, women have been devalued?
Not according to me.
Society.
According to the time
Marriage
people
rates.
are getting married, how difficult it is for people to find a partner that's willing to commit to them. And I think that's in large part due to the fact that women are offering sex for free because it was a major component of the sexual revolution was this idea.
So a woman's worth is tied to her sexuality?
It's not tied to, well, absolutely. If you're going to be having multiple partners, you are going to be.
How are you confused? Bro, I have to keep I apologize I will put the video in the description just in case you want to watch it uninterrupted. Of course you are devalued by your body count. Your body count matters. We court you. We give out relationships. We give out rings to you. If you out here giving it out, why would I ever think that you're a wife? Well, you can't. There's standards to being a wife. Stop trying to move the goalposts. We going back to what worked. Men have always been disgusted by slurs. Yes, they might have sex with them because that's all they good for. But ultimately, we don't respect you. We don't. Because if we did, we marry something that we respect at the end of the day. Right? But nowadays, y'all think that y'all could do whatever and still be valued. That's not how that works. This is why men don't trust women nowadays, because y'all protect y'all. Even if y'all friends are not, even if you're not a slower, you're protect plenty of them. Y'all all look the same. Y'all all gonna try to hide and play games. Even women that have a crazy past think they deserve a good man. If a woman was on a strip pole, she thinks she deserves a good man. If a woman was doing the most heinous things in Dubai, she deserves, when she come back to the United States, I want a good man. What's in it for us? What is in it for us? That's the question. You got to live with that. Okay, you can say all you want. You can distort reality. You got the white liberal cuck in the background. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Men are not buying this stuff anymore. You can look at the marriage rates.
Yeah,
as a human being.
Not as a human being, just, in terms of trying to have a partnership and a productive relationship, certainly men are not going to be clamoring to have a relationship with somebody when the market is throwing them.
A man's response to your actions is what defines your worth, right?
Yeah, well, I would say that anybody. I would argue that what makes women actually happy is family. So if you're interrupting, so just to connect the dots for you, when women are having sex with multiple partners, it devalues them for men, right?
For men. So,
yes, so
men define a woman's worth.
Yes.
Well, I would say both of them kind of define one another's worth, because I think the ultimate goal for people to be happy is actually family.
Okay, so you're saying in all cases, a woman is going to be more fulfilled in regards to family.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And this is going to work in all cases. So you're saying there's no individual case in which a woman can feel, fulfilled without being tied to other people.
So you feel fulfilled by getting banged out by 10 dudes? Shit like that. You feel fulfilled by getting cream pied? The nerve of you. Who are you? See, like I said, they always trying to distort reality. Yeah, I got shot everywhere by this white stuff. Thank you. I don't even know these guys' name. But you telling me I'm devalued because of this shit? Nah, this is fun, baby. Nah. You are a slur. Sorry. Gracefully. Immediately. Ain't no running from that. Hell yeah, imagine a man women love gay dudes until they don't like the truth and they call they dudes gay. If your dude was getting back shots, what? And come back to you, I'm a man. You better respect me. Put some respect on my name. Little bird man. Put some respect on my name. After getting hit from the you wouldn't even, I don't give a fuck if you was the biggest feminist. Hell no. I want that man to protect me. Baby, get the gun. You pow him. Pow this dude. Man, y'all don't believe this.
I think there could be an exceptional case for everything. I think there are exceptional cases, but I think that if we all start trying to be the exception as opposed to recognizing the rule, which is that people in life are more fulfilled when they achieve a family unit and when they have children, women in particular, especially aspiring to children, then you are going to end up with a bunch of people who are unhappy because your job cannot replace the feeling of having a family.
So what you're saying is we need to look at every individual case and see what is going to fulfill you or what is going to, I guess, essentially predict your happiness more. Because if we look at, for example, the Nordic countries, right? These are countries, I'm talking about like Sweden, Denmark, right? These countries tend to be like, I think in the past 14 years, they've been ranked as the highest in happiness and marital satisfaction from women, right? And we see that they also have been the most open in regards to like, sexual norms and sexual roles, right? So, and we also see that there are less rates of like STDs.
Then go there. Then go there. Stop trying to make America some other country when you can go there. You can go to the safe haven that you think is safe haven when they trying to move here. Stop with the bull crap, man. We don't want the feminism. It's destroying this country from inside out. But y'all are sitting here watching the dumpster fire and blaming men for it, even though y'all are causing this and we allowing you to burn it. But we gonna stop this shit eventually because it's getting out of hand.
Reported. We see more, and that's also due to comprehensive sex education that's pushed in those countries. So we see that and that's like a direct result of the sexual revolution, right? So when we're seeing that direct reports of happiness, right, we don't have these same rates.
So what she's saying is be a slower. That's good. You just need to teach them to protect themselves while they being a slower. No, she's talking about after the act. Forget the condom that's saving you from STDs. We're saying that after the act of being plowed by plenty of guys, you are devalued, right? You're soulless at this point. You cannot come to me you can't come to a man and say, accept me, because this is what y'all doing nowadays. Y'all got TikTok and y'all complaining about guys overlooking you because even though you might not tell us your body count, you have certain features of a slur, right? You can't stop that. You can't stop. You cannot be that because you always was that, right? Then when you see a guy that you want, you trying to shame him into taking you. We don't like that. I'm sorry, man. You're not going to get a suitable guy that's going to take care of you and be willing to, unless he's the guy in the back, and you're not going to respect him. You're going to run all over him, and then you're going to cheat on him with a guy that has some type of value that you say that you don't like.
In America, in these countries that are more sexually open, why would we see like those rates in those type of countries?
So I think you might be referring to this sort of mass-produced study that was a part of like a behavioral science study, which said that women were the happiest women in the world were women that were actually unmarried and had careers.
No.
Okay. Well, there was
reported happiness.
Okay, sure. I'm talking about the same thing. It was reported happiness, but it could be there's tons of studies. The point being is that in 2023, there was this massive scandal where they recognized that a lot of these studies that were being produced, behavioral science, was proven to be a complete fraud. And they were unable to reproduce these studies, and they also found that the data had been faked. The data that we can look at that I think shows, and you can let me know if you agree with this, if women, and under the imagination of the feminist umbrella, were really unhappy when they were in the home, and then entering the workforce has made women happier and infinitely feeling more secure about themselves, we could, I think, reasonably expect that there would have been a decrease in suicide rates amongst women.
You would have to go ahead and show how that correlation, right, is going to be a direct cause of women going into the workforce.
Okay, well, how can we measure? Then you have to give me a way that we can measure happiness. How can we measure happiness? So I would say suicide rates would be a good thing to look at. Drug, alcohol consumption would be a good thing to look at. Of course, right, but we would have to, I can say at this point in society, I don't think everyone's happy. I think there's a lot of things that we need to reconcile in society. That's what I'm getting at.
Right,
So
but we have to look at the cause, right? Why are these things predicted, right? And for example, if we talk about men, there are a lot of things we can look at, right, that tend to predetermine suicide, right? But we can't say, oh, these two things are happening at the same time, this caused this other thing.
Yes, that's right. But I do think that we can objectively say that women who are committing suicide rates more than they were in the 1950s, like it has actually increased marginally. That's not a sign that the us entering the workforce suddenly made us
How
all
is
very
it a
happy.
cause of the workforce,
We're also binge drinking at a higher rate.
How's this
We're
cause of
taking
the
opioids
entering
at a
the
higher rate?
workforce? How is this a cause of entering
Because
the
I think
workforce?
women are being
You think?
put on a pathway aspirationally.
But you're gonna have to. You're saying you think this, right? But where's the cause? Like you're not substantiating the claim. You're saying this is what I think. I'm seeing two.
Okay, pause.
No, she's just opposing when you guys were in the house taken care of, as opposed to y'all working, getting bumped up on, and getting used and abused, and y'all get no marriage, and then y'all feel bad because y'all don't have children anymore. Y'all unalive y'all children. Y'all are soulless now, right? Something has happened between that time, right? Feminism has happened. Feminism has happened, right? It has destroyed y'all mentally to where y'all think that even if you taking pills and doing heinous things, it's not affecting y'all. When obviously it shows that. What these feminist women need to understand is that it's okay to be wrong. All right, y'all gonna figure out when y'all get older, because it's gonna be when y'all start buying your own drinks and this shit not working the way it's supposed to, and them them happy feminist men stop talking to y'all because they want some, younger, because even though they talk that crap, men nature come through. Y'all buy your own drinks, y'all lonely, no children, nothing but some dogs. That's when you start understanding, okay, I effed up my life. But Candace is trying to prevent that because she actually loves y'all. She actually cares for y'all. Right? The feminist movement it was not to help you guys. You guys need to look up Rachel Wilson's book, because she explained it in grave detail of how it started, when it started, and how it affected women of today, man. If you can, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hype the video up. If you agree with me, it's your boy.
We be really politicking while we whipping in the kitchen. God be my witness. At the age of 15, I was fighting my fears.